Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to Around the House with Eric G. and Caroline B. This is our Pro Insider Special. This is our specific podcast for you people out there doing what I love to do. Maybe you're working in the trades. Maybe you are a plumber, electrician, a residential contractor, designer. Maybe you're in the design and sales or just sales. This show is for you. This is where we talk about stuff that affects our industry that I've worked in for about 30 years now. And this is an important topic today because I think it's a little bit on everybody's minds out there. And I want to just steer right into it. You know, yesterday here in Oregon, where I'm located, we ended up having another freaking mask mandate. Now, I get it. We want to keep people safe. Totally understand it. Does everybody in their head go, oh my gosh, here we freaking go again? Are we going to have shutdowns? How far are they going to take this? I get it. I really do. Because I'm feeling the same way. I mean, I was swearing yesterday going, are you freaking kidding me? I get it. I really do. And that makes it a little scary for business. So let's talk about the residential industry for a little bit and talk about the good things and the things that I would be careful with here for the rest of the year. First off, lumber prices have crashed down, so that's going to bring us some renewed projects. I have a friend that held off on a addition to his house. Wasn't going to do it. Permits pulled, everything ready to go. And he's like, I'm not doing it for those lumber prices. Now that lumber prices are back in game again, boy, guess what they're doing? Well, today, he's got an excavator out there digging out for the concrete. He is rolling full steam ahead because now he can get materials for, 20% of what he could here 2 months ago, as far as building side of it. He's still going to have all the shortages, all that stuff, which is going to go well into 2022 as far as material shortages. We're not even close to being out of that. See, here's what I would say. First off, I would make sure that you're protecting your crew out there. I am not a scientist. I am not a doctor. I have no idea how serious the Delta variants and all these other variants that could happen. But I think we're going to probably be dealing with those for a little bit while longer. Do I think it's going to slow? Do I think they're going to do shutdowns again? Not much. There'll be local ones out there. I think that the economy took such a hit. Nobody wants to dive on that grenade and shut things down again. But I will see mask mandates, I think, in the next few weeks. At least what I think out there, my opinion, I think this is going to go pretty quick because if you look at India and some of these other countries where it hit really hard, it was there for a month or two and then basically faded out. The people that got sick all at once. It spread around quickly and off we went again. So that's kind of where I see us going. But here's what I would do if I am a large company. Let's say I'm a plumbing company, a heating and cooling company, and I'm doing stuff out there. One thing I would do is I would make sure that everybody's doing tests, make sure that they are checking for fevers. I would make sure before they go out, your team goes out to your customer's house, that you have a plan of attack to ensure, or at least get on the employee's radar that they're going to be safe to go into people's houses. I don't want to see somebody in your organization get sick and shut you down for 2 weeks. That's my number one thing. Tied with number one, I don't want you to get one of your team members get a homeowner sick or another crew sick. So let's keep that in mind. I don't want to see all of a sudden somebody that was at the team meeting one day, next day goes home and you're like, holy smokes, I had my entire team in one place at one time. Now everybody's got to go hang out for 2 weeks and I'm shut down for 2 weeks. So be careful how you do those group meetings with your staff. I would split them up into groups. If you're going to have meetings like that, if you're going to have, sales meetings, team meetings, safety meetings, break them up into different days, different crews, and all of that so you can have the least amount of contact between everybody. Because that way, if somebody comes down with something, guess what? You have less infection around your crew. I don't want to see you have to go, well, everybody, you're on a 2-week vacation home and we can't help our clients. So make sure that you've got that going. Some of this is a lot of the same stuff we've been doing all last year. But just make sure that we don't fall back on that right now, because I think right now we're almost there. And I think that's going to really help out. Now, here's one thing that I've noticed out there. I know, and I wanted to give some help with this. There are a lot of people out there that are looking for good employees. And again, I think right now when we're going into fall, we're still in summer. It's August, but kids are starting to go back to school across the country. People are starting to think about their projects. I still think it's a good time to grab people out there. Find that disgruntled employee that doesn't have the vacation, doesn't have the health benefits. And I tell you what, up your game a little bit, guys. Up your game right now, because if you can offer those kind of benefits, you might be able to steal somebody really good from your competitor. And sorry, guys, there's not a lot of kids coming out into the trades right now, not enough to fill those holes. So a lot of this, what you're going to have to do is be sniping from other people out there, getting somebody that is good. I want to make sure, but that's, got to be careful out there. So just be super careful on how you get your people, but find good ones. And if you've got bad ones in your organization, they can take the rest of it down. So I tend to hire a little bit slow and fire really quickly. If somebody's there, and I don't tend to give people too long of a rope, because they can hurt your team. And the last thing you want to do is lose your good people to your competitor, because things are going to end up hurting you more just because you kept that person on a little bit too long. And I'll tell you what, most of the time that I've had to let people go and I've actually fired them, I came back and went, dang it, should have done it 90 days before that, because even I waited too long for that. So, the better you can do right now to make your environment for your employees and you and your family healthy, even if you're managing, how are the people underneath you feeling supported? And what can you do to make their job a little bit better? Those are all things that are going to really help out, because I really want to see if we can get this environment for all of us working a little bit better. Happy employees are more productive employees, and you have a better chance of keeping them. There's going to be companies out there that are heavy-handed. I tell you what, you're going to have people out there, and this is where it's going to get tricky, and this is going to be something that you need to navigate very carefully within your company. Because I have friends out there, I had my vaccination. I think everybody else has a choice to do what they want to do out there. That's my take. That's the American way. But guess what? There's companies out there that would love to have every single one of their employees vaccinated. Now, here's the problem. If you've got somebody coming on and you've got a fully vaccinated staff that supports it, and you bring somebody on that's not, that could be its own issue. So you really got to tread carefully in how you go through this, because this is as divisive as politics these days. And I'm not going to get into the science. I'm not going to get into all this stuff, but this is something that you need to figure out where you stand in life with your company, and make sure you own it, because whatever it is, you're going to make about 40 to 60% of the people mad in your area. So walk carefully through this, because you can really mess things up badly for you, employees, and lose people. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've seen that are going, nope, I've had this job for 20 years. I'm out of here because they're requiring me, or they're not requiring people. So just be careful. Be careful, guys. I don't want to see this turn around and be a problem for anybody. I want everybody to get along and make sure that we've got things going well. All right, well, we got a fun show ahead this weekend out there, so make sure that you take a listen to the show, because first off, we're going to be giving away an Ecobee smart thermostat this week. And so you can jump on there now, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com, and you can take a peek over there. Make sure you go back and listen to our midweek special here, which happened out, yesterday. It released on Wednesday. I give the clues that you need to put down on that. So I didn't make you go back, and I kind of gave it away yesterday. So make sure you go back and listen to that podcast over on aroundthehouseonline.com. And that's just the regular, Around the House with Eric G and Caroline B, or the Around the House Show podcast. So it's not going to be on this stream here, but you can go back and do that, and that'll get you over to win that one. So I always got to make sure that we get the contests over here for everybody listening to the Pro Insider. Now, this weekend, besides that, we've got for people out there, maybe you've got friends, family that are going to take on that first painting project. We're going to be giving a lot of tips out there on painting prep, including drywall repair. And then for all the contractors out there, make sure you tune into hour number 2 if you're residential and you're dealing with tile, because I've got William White from Ardex on here, and we're going to have a huge discussion about tile. And this is going to work for homeowners and contractors out there, because I bet you're doing some stuff that might be very old school, and there's better and easier products to use. So you're going to see a lot of tips in this one for homeowners and contractors. All right, everybody, that's on the Around the House show this weekend. Make sure you catch and subscribe to that, as well as this one here. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. Happy Thursday. Stay safe out there. And thanks again for listening to Around the House.